Are you surprised by the optimism?
Well, I think it's actually steady state. Small businesses like the rest of us are sort of hanging in there on this wave of good economy, but everybody is looking over their shoulder saying, wait a minute, this has been going on a long time. So you get this a little bit mixed view. They're a little bit worried. They can't hire enough people. They're pulling back a little bit on inventory. So I think the canary in the coal mine is not singing yet. Small business is an early indicator when things go south, and I think so far, steady as she goes.
Right. Speak to this, because I think it speaks to the book and the title. When you talk about the American dream and you talk about technology in the same sentence, there are a lot of people who get anxious because there are some people who think that technology is empowering the American dream. There are others who say it's undermining it.
Well, small business lending is going to be one place where technology is going to be a big plus. And this is one of the reasons I wrote this book, because in the old days, you'd go with a pile of paperwork to a bank and wait months. And suddenly, fintechs have come on the scene, and they've really challenged the big banks and the small community banks to get a better customer experience. And then Amazon has come in, and Square, and big tech is on the playing field. So data now is available that can make small business lending much faster, much more transparent. And I think that's going to end up getting more loans into the hands of small business owners and making more products available. So I think this could be a game changer and a positive. But of course, AI and the black box, that brings a lot of risks as well. But net, I'm not sure that technology and small business won't find a happy future.
How much are you a believer that what's taking place on the innovation side in fintech, which, as you said, and it's really a spectacular thing, it almost goes uncovered in terms of how important it's become in the past couple of years, in terms of loans that the likes of Squares and others have provided to small business, how much of that you think ultimately is going to push the big banks to change their focus and get back to serving and servicing those small businesses? Or do you think that this has just become a bifurcated market, and you're going to have sort of the big guys cover the other big guys, meaning the big companies, and some of these fintech smaller companies covering small business?
I think big banks have decided they do not want to cede this territory to the fintechs or to the Amazons and Squares of the world. Jamie Dimon, he's investing a ton of money. You see Bank of America. Brian Moynihan, he started as a small business guy in the bank. I think they think this is an area where they can still have margin. The consumer business technology is going to squeeze margin there, but small businesses are more complicated. And I think the banks, including the community banks, have sort of seen, these fintechs on the horizon, and instead of running away, they are reinvesting in this market. So I would not count them out yet. I also think Amazon and Square and PayPal are going to be big players. You saw Apple come in, but they don't have their balance sheets involved yet. So I think they are on the fence a little bit about how much they want to come into the market.
Is Amazon friend or foe to the small business?
Both. And the good news is that you're selling your product on Amazon. Right. You can reach a lot more markets. The bad news is they could put up a competitive product tomorrow, and they know how much you're selling. So they can also influence your pricing. Right. So it's a good news, bad news.